How's it going, gang? Chris Card's back through the mail Monday. 8 returns for you today as I straighten out this mouse pad here, this giant mouse pad, which is much easier to straighten out than it is to straighten out the camera. Our first of 8 returns from Kansas City, Kansas, with my Dungeons and Dragons stamp on it, D&D. I thought those stamps were pretty cool. I saw them a few weeks ago, bought a bunch of them. Some pretty cool stamps at the post office right now. Although I would stay away, at least for another couple weeks, because it is crazy at the post office this time of year, as most of you probably know. We've got Dennis Leonard back on a 1978 Topps card. 1978, he went 21-17 with a 3.33 ERA. How do you get that many decisions in a single year? That's pretty crazy. 20-12 the previous year. In fact, led the league in wins in 1977 with 20 wins. 3-time 20-game winner for the Royals. He spent his entire career with the Royals, and he inscribed my 84 and 87 Topps card for the set with Kansas City Royals Hall of Famer, 1989, which is when he was inducted into the KC Hall of Fame. He actually is the all-time leader in complete games and shutouts, and he's second in wins with 144 for the Royals. Of course, he also has season records of starts, complete games, innings pitched, and Ks with 244. So a lot of records for KC he holds, which maybe you did not know. But probably not going to be broken. At least the complete games record and innings pitched record and probably shutout records won't be broken ever. Maybe innings pitched. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But there you guys go. Dennis Leonard, great return from him. 2 cards signed for the set. He does charge 5 cards for $10, which is why I sent him 5 cards, including a 75 rookie pitchers card, which I can probably get a few more guys on. Nice return from Dennis Leonard. Let's move on, guys, to return number 2. Baltimore, Maryland for return numero dos there, as you see the little snowman at the USPS put on the envelope. Very, very cute. Very nice. And we've got some vintage. We've got Mr. Ron Hansen. Ron Hansen, your 1960 Rookie of the Year, American League Rookie of the Year for the Baltimore Orioles. Spent 5 years of his 15-year Major League career with the Orioles, but spent most of his time with the White Sox. 7 years total with the White Sox. That trophy card came out great with the Rookie of the Year inscription on it. Good little shortstop for many years. After his playing career was over, he went on to manage in the minors as well as coach at the big league level. There is his information. Awesome return from Mr. Ron Hansen. Awesome. Let's move on, guys, to return number 3. North Texas, Texas on our next return with our hip-hop DJ stamp, which is kind of old school. I bought those years ago. Just found a sheet and decided to use them up, and we have, let's see here. We've got some kind of card, some kind of a postcard in here, as well as an 84 Topps of Leon Roberts there as a Royal. Fun fact, he was traded from the Blue Jays to the Royals for a young Cecil Fielder, and that's where he ended his career in 1984, his last year in the bigs with the Royals. Nice return from Leon Roberts, $5 a card. Plus he threw in this picture. I guess it's not really a postcard because there's nothing on the back, but must have been a promo from when he was a Royal way back in the day. Nice return from him. Glad to get him for my set. Nice little 11-year career. 6 different teams during those 11 years. Finished 33rd in the MVP balloting in 1978. Another fun fact, he had really bad eyesight. In fact, he stabbed himself in the eye when he was a kid, and he kept it hidden for all those years. Very, very poor eyesight, which made his 11-year big league career even more remarkable. During the physicals in spring training, when they would do the eye test, he would actually kind of sneak up towards the front of the line and memorize the lines that were needed to pass the test. So he would memorize them ahead of time and then recite them, and everyone thought he had great vision, when in fact he couldn't see anything. But he did see well enough to finish 33rd in the MVP balloting in 1978. That is impressive. Great return from Leon Roberts, $5 a card. Let's move on, guys, to return number 4. All right, friends, moving right along, numero 4, 4th return of the day here. And it is from Fresno, California, home of the Bulldogs. And probably some gangs, from what I've heard. And we've got a nice little index card. Says, thanks, my best, the Jim Maloney. Jim Maloney there on a 64 Topps card, signed very nicely. Looks like he signed out on the back of my letter of request. Jim Maloney, a nice little 11-year career. Spent all those years with Cincinnati. Played with the Angels in the last year of his career, just a few games. Jim Maloney, nice return from him. 2001 Topps Archives, which I had sitting around, looked awesome and looks even better with some ink on it. Nice little 72 Topps reprint from Topps back in 2001, 23 years ago. How about that? He pitched 2.5 no-hitters in his career, all very notable. The first one in 1965, notable because it went 10 innings. Took him 10 innings to get that no-hitter, as well as he walked 10 and hit a batter. So 11 base runners given up during that no-hitter, the most since 1901. I'm not sure if that's been broken since, but I would find it hard to believe someone has given up that many base runners and still thrown a no-hitter. Not just a no-hitter, but a shutout against the Cubs. And the half came 2 months earlier when he pitched another 10-inning no-hitter. Unfortunately, he gave up a leadoff home run to the Mets in the 11th, and he lost the game 1-0. It was considered a no-hitter for quite a while until they changed the rules, making it not a no-hitter. And the 69 no-hitter was notable because he was throwing to a young 21-year-old Johnny Bench. He no-hit the Astros. Also notable because the Astros no-hit the Reds the very next day. There you guys go. Jim Maloney, great signer. Let's move on, guys, to return number 5. All right, friends, next one from DV Daniels, New Jersey. Actually, that's Dominic Vincent Daniels, a processing and distribution center in Kearney, New Jersey. That is Dominic V Daniels. That would be a congressman way back in the day. And we've got Steve Balboni on an 82 Topps rookie card, signed also by Andy McGaffigan. And next will be sent off to Andre Robertson, who signs through Pass Pros. I think he's $10. Nice return from Steve Balboni, who only signs one card. Chris Cards, haven't you gotten Steve Balboni before? I actually have. Let's recap. Big guy, hit a lot of home runs, and there he is. I think it's a good idea. Oh, here we go, Steve Balboni. And we've got Mr. Steve Bye-Bye Balboni. Man, I tried to get him to sign 2 cards. He did not take me up on my offer. Steve Bye-Bye Balboni. And if I can get it out, we've got Steve Balboni. And now making his 6th appearance on Through the Mail Monday. When you only sign 1 card per, I guess that's kind of bound to happen. He was in episode number 4. 42 episodes later, he was in 46. 70 episodes later, 116. 18 episodes later, 134. 126 episodes, 260. And 49 episodes later, 309. Now, I thought it was done last time, but I found this signed potential here with the 82 Topps card, and I had to get it completed. So you will see him when I get Andre Robertson back, who knows, in a few weeks or a month or two. So nice return from Steve Balboni. 11-year big league career. Finished 19th in the MVP award voting in 1984 and 1985. And I'm going to go out on a limb, and if you want to do the research and prove me wrong, go ahead. But I don't think that's ever happened. That's absolutely unbelievable that he finished 19th 2 years in a row in 84 and 85. Actually led the league in strikeouts in 1985 with 166 Ks, which in 2024 would have landed him 23rd overall. Nice return from Steve Balboni, who you will probably never hear me say his name again. Let's move on, guys, to return number 6. All right, getting 6th return from Jacksonville, Florida, home of the Jags. The Trevor Lawrence-less Jags. And we've got Ray Corbin on a 74 Topps card inscribed with his Major League Baseball debut. 74 Topps signed for the set. We got a 74 Topps team card checklist signed by Ray Corbin, as well as a Minnesota Twins team card signed by him, as well as Mark Adams, and Eric Solerholm is already on there as well. He's the only one that signed the signature card, though. As you can see, he actually signed it right above his name that he signed it way back in 1973 or 4, whenever they had their autographs taken to put on this card. Very cool return from him, as well as the 72 Topps card. 5-year career, got into 181 games as both a starter and a reliever. There's information. No pretty cards, because I must have forgotten to take a picture of it because I don't have one. So I always hate when that happens. If you ever see an index card with the address on, that's usually what happened. Usually it's in the middle of just doing a bunch of send-offs. So that's what happened, unfortunately. There you guys go. Let's move on, guys, to return number 7. Providence, Rhode Island for our 7th return of the day. We got one more to go after this on the second to last episode of 2024. And we got some vintage back. We got Ron Locke here on a 64 Topps card, signed and inscribed the 64 and the 65 card with his Major League Baseball debut date. You see the debut date there on the 64 on the very bottom in the white border. Nice return from Ron Locke, who was a lefty who got into 25 games for the Mets in 1964, pitched 41 total innings as both a starter and a reliever. Born and raised in Rhode Island, probably not too many Major League Baseball players from Rhode Island. I can't name any off the top of my head. Still lives in Rhode Island according to the front of this envelope. Nice return from Ron Locke. I did forget to send him a Wiz card, which annoys me because now I've got to send him the Wiz card. But dang it. Pretty crazy. He has 2 cards, 64 and 65 Topps, despite his limited playing time. And yes, Steve Dillon does sign, so I'll be able to get that 64 Topps card completed. It will look great when I do. Let's move on, guys, to our final return of the day. All right, friends, Phoenix, Arizona for return number 8 on this fabulous December 23rd, 2024. And very fitting, just 2 days before Christmas, we've got some Jesus paraphernalia from our final return here. As I clean shop over here while you guys wait for me to turn these cards over, we've got Terry Kennedy, an 87 Topps Team Leaders card. We got an Eden on Upper Deck, also signed by Terry Kennedy. Nice little 14-year career, 6 with the Padres, drafted first overall out of Florida State back in 1977 by the Cards. 4-time All-Star, a quality catcher, and of course he went on to coach and manage in the minors. I'm not sure if he coached in the big leagues or not. I know he was with the Iowa Cubs for quite a while, and I know he was a Cubs scout as well. Terry Kennedy, nice way to end off this week's Through the Mail Monday. Great return from Mr. Kennedy. And there you guys go. This week's haul, of course. Ricky Henderson passed on Saturday. Very upsetting, much too young, 65 years old. He was going to turn 66 on Christmas Day as well as me. I wasn't turning 66, but he is my birthday brother, and very upset and sad to hear he passed way too early, way too young for the guy that could probably swipe 20 or 30 bases a year even now. So very upsetting to hear about that. Very upsetting. I also had 9 cards out for a private signing. 9 cards. The cheapest I've ever seen him. It was $105 a card. He's usually around $150, $175, $200. I've never seen him as close to $100 as I had. So I sent him 9 cards. He was supposed to get them signed on December 14th, and it was delayed because I guess he had pneumonia. And they delayed it again until middle of January. And of course, terrible news. So hope I get my money back, because I sent that PayPal friends and family, a reputable, of course, dealer, so I should. But still, you think about it. You think about any problems that you might have, and I am definitely thinking about that. And he had 9 cards in my set, 84 Topps, 87 Topps, 80 on Upper Deck. 9 cards to get signed and knocked out of the way, and that's a bummer. That stinks. So obviously it stinks for him more than me, but not to make this all about me, but yeah. I was first shocked, and then I was thinking about my private signing with him, and I'm like, oh geez, that's terrible timing. So that is a bummer. I'll let you guys know how that goes maybe next week. Hopefully everything will be resolved by then. I feel sorry for the guy hosting the private signing, because he's got probably bats and cards and bobbleheads and all sorts of stuff he's got to deal with now. So really unfortunate situation. So close to his 66th birthday too. So yeah, he had 20 years on me, actually, exactly 20 years on me. I'll be turning 46 on Christmas Day. So anyway, my friends, thanks to all of you who sent cards. Of course, here's one from Caleb. Thank you, Caleb. Always sends a great card. Sent me a signed Rick Manning along with a very nice Christmas card. Awesome to see. Yeah, one of these years I should send Christmas cards off. I did it a couple years in a row, and then it usually gets halfway, 2 weeks before Christmas, and I haven't done it yet, and I just don't do it. So I'm not very good at that. I really aspire to be good at giving out gift cards and stuff, but I'm not there yet. I'll better myself. Maybe in January, one of my New Year's resolutions will be send out cards to everyone that deserves them, which is, well, everyone, not who deserves them, but who actually have the address of. So Anyway, my friends, I'm going to stop rambling. Thanks, guys, for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you. See you next week on the 30th, just a few days, of course, before the new year, for our final Through the Mail Monday of the year, number 310. Thanks, guys, for watching. Have an awesome week. See ya.